I had to stop and start again, Ryan, sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Everybody ready to go? All right, Coach.
Okay, I'd like to start out today really with congratulating two of our players, Chad Slade, Jermaine Whitehead, and graduating today. Very excited for those guys. You know, I was here when they got here to Auburn, watched them grow up through the process. They both have great families, so big day for them. Really, on the practice side, I thought it was a very solid practice. One thing I was pleased with is with our tempo and our effort, and I really felt like we improved from yesterday. Not that yesterday was, you know, what I consider a bad day. I just thought it was kind of an average day as far as that. Today, really felt good about the guys flying around. We're going to put on shells tomorrow. Really be good for us, you know, with the young guys. We've got a lot of good information about the older guys, but anytime you know, you put shoulder pads on and all that, usually your evaluation is a little easier as far as that goes.
Questions?
Gus, the running backs, obviously it's not something you're going to be really evaluating until game time. What are you looking for here in camp?
Yeah, just really, you know, the older guys just improving on the little things. You know, the protections, the check downs. Most of our older guys have a good idea overall of our offense and the, you know, the running lanes and the timing of everything. It's just a matter of just getting better at the little things. Obviously, the two freshmen coming in, we're going to give them an opportunity early in fall camp to carry the football and just be reactive and just see where they're at with that, see the ball security, and then, you know, we'll slowly implement those guys. You know, we'll start out with base downs, you know, just base down football until they get a good feel for everything, until, you know, we get to the third downs and all that.
How do you handle a true freshman quarterback like Sean White in these practices, especially when you guys are splitting things the way you are?
Yeah, you know, Coach Lashley has really given him a lot of reps to give him a chance to get a base understanding of our offense, because there's so much that has to do with the sideline communication, getting the information to everybody, and then the play. He's a guy that, you know, he really throws it well. He throws the ball on time. And so, you know, in the next 2 weeks, you know, I know Coach Lashley's looking forward to see how he reacts.
Gus, there's been Braden Smith physically has turned a lot of heads. Is he one of the more imposing guys you've been around?
Yeah, I mean, he's super strong. There's no doubt about that. But he is athletic. You know, he moves well. You know, he's got light feet for such a big guy. I know JB was real excited about him really the last 2 days. Kind of one of those deals that we're, you know, when we get shoulder pads on him, you know, we'll see, you know, what he can do. And he's a guy too that, you know, that in the next 2 weeks, we're gonna give him a shot, see if he can get in the mix. You know, as a freshman, that's hard to do in our league as a true freshman just showing up, but he does have the physical ability to do it.
What position are you working in that?
Coach Grimes, I believe, had him at tackle the last 2 days.
Left or right, you call?
I think he's got him at left. I mean, right now, I mean, it's more of just trying to get the fundamentals of a base play. I mean, he's big enough to play inside, and he's athletic enough to play inside too. So, you know, he provides a little versatility.
It seemed like he was kind of a late, y'all kind of got on him late.
Yeah, well, we did, you know, and then of course, you know, Greg Robinson was a guy that, you know, at least early in the season, we were counting him coming back, and then obviously halfway through, you could see that he had a good chance of being a high draft pick, and so started getting on him and developing a relationship with him. Coach Grimes, our offensive staff, really did a good job with him, and when he came on his official visit, you know, he's one of those guys that really fit in well, and so he'll make a very good Auburn lineman.
Seen last year with Carl Lawson and Elijah Daniel emerging, people kind of almost forgot about Ladarius Owens. Now you have that injury with Lawson. What do you expect now to Owens, and what does he expect of himself?
Yeah, the good thing about Ladarius is he has game experience. He's been around a long time. My experience is teams that have seniors that play their best ball, then they have a chance to win championships. And so we got a handful of seniors that we really challenge to have their best seasons. And he's one of those guys I really believe is capable of doing that. He's got a high motor. He's got experience. It's very important to him. You know, he wants to be good. He wants to be coached. And so really excited about watching him play this year.
When we were out there watching this for the early period, you were working kind of exclusively with receivers. What are you kind of taking more of that responsibility
Well, you know, right now, of course, Damien's on the boot, you know, and so I always want to coach anyway, so it gave me a great excuse to start working with the inside receivers, and I'll do that throughout fall camp, you know, and help with that, and at least till we get off to a good start foundation-wise and all that, but it's always good for me. I enjoy that part of the coaching part.
What do you want to see from them specifically, that position, the inside guys?
Yeah, well, you know, right now, this first week, I mean, we're just putting in our installs, we're putting in our base offense. We're not doing any scheming or anything, we're just wanting to get that foundation. So just our base plays, that they understand no matter what the defense gives us, they know exactly what to do. And then after this first week, then we'll start being a little more specific on the specific talents of the inside receivers, on what our plan's gonna be, you know, for the rest of the year.
Gus, what are you thinking about as far as Gabe Wright goes? Do you think he'll be inside, outside?
You know, Coach had him at defensive end the last 2 days. He's got the versatility. He's got the experience where he can do both. You know, he's very solid at defensive end. He presents a bigger guy, and you know, he's a heavy rusher and all that. But when you put him inside, he's such a good athlete. He makes it tough, especially when you get him on one-on-one situations with guards where they can't double team him one-on-one. He's very tough to block. So he's going to give us the flexibility to do both.
Is Jermaine Whitehead the guy who can take it up to another level as a senior?
There's no doubt. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's going to be a 3-year starter in our league. Very smart guy. He's in the second year of our defense, and he makes a lot of our calls, and really had a solid year last year. But you know, he's one of those guys. And like I said, I'm going to keep saying the seniors. We got the seniors. If they can find a way to have their best seasons, then that'll really help us, you know, with our overall goals.
Gus, what have you seen out of Anthony Swain now that he's back on the field, and you know he basically missed the entire spring? So I mean, it's him finally getting back in, get some live reps again.
Yeah, you know, he's at the end of the line, but you know, he has experience from last year, not just linebacker, but special teams.
Because you think a guy like Stanton True, you see him as a guy who can make an impact as a true freshman this year?
Yeah, here's the deal with Stanton. Stanton, he is super fast. I mean, he's got the electric speed. So, you know, finding ways to get him the ball in space, or maybe in the return game or something like that, you know, he's capable of taking it the distance anywhere on the field.
Anything else? All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Are we going podium?
Oh crap.